Evening, Bill. Good evening, Sil. Thanks for joining me at the end of a long old week. 4 days down, one to go. Ironically, we were on before you, Bill, this evening, and we were talking about the fact that Sil can have a lie-in the morning, and I'm moaning about looking for batteries on the TV control. So you can tell I've not backed many winners all week, but Sil's going to be nicely rested up. No children to look after in the morning.
Yeah.
No riding out, which means no excuses, Sil. So a couple of winners. You've got a lovely book of rides. Five rides on the Saturday. Let's get straight into the 120 handicap over 7 furlongs. I'll give you a show of betting and we'll come to you on your ride. So Star Sports, we bet Quintilius is the 3-1 favourite. Spirit of Bermuda 4, Masters Offaly 9-2, 13-2 Dark Shift, and Farazi Lane, who you ride for Tom Ward, who was an impressive winner last time at Sandown. He's an improver. He's got a nice looking weight on his back. And a nice race to have to kick off the first.
Yes, he is. Yeah, I think he's in the right race, and probably the handicap hasn't got him yet. But now I'm delighted with the ride. Tom has given me a call for the ride, so I'm delighted he called me urgent. And now with the low weight on his back, I'll give him a chance. A good gate number 2, and is the ideal to just choose where to go and just kind of judge the race, like how fast they're going. And I wouldn't swap the draw, and I'm very happy with the ride. Yeah.
Bill, fiercely competitive. I thought Spirit of Bermuda would probably end up going off favourite here for the sequence he's run up. I thought he was really impressive at the July meeting. Any value on the card for you?
He's a she. 1-0 early doors. I didn't think I'd go 1-0.
I'll get you back. I will get you back.
1-0 up so early, but it's an early lead. It's good.
Mate, never win early. Never win early.
Yeah, I mean, I think Quintilius will be the flashy, fancy one. This is the Godolphin horse who bounced back from being gelded with a good third at Royal Ascot, but has gone up at the weights accordingly. Is well found in the market. Him and Spirit of Bermuda, the filly, who's won twice the last 2 runs, will probably be the market leaders. I've had a good look at this race, and I think there is a lot of strength and depth. Masters Offaly's been well found in the market too. That's the Richard Fahey horse.
Yeah,
his team have been under par this week. They haven't fired the Fahey team, but that's a big danger if it bounces back. But there's 2 horses I'm keen on here. I do like Farazi Lane. I think he's got every chance with his big cheap pieces, and Silver's drawn in the right place. But the ones I'm keen on, I just think they've got loads of potential. One is Just Frank, number 4. He's drawn a bit out wide, but he's got loads of pace, and he's Les Air team in good form. He's got pieces on for the first time. Won't mind the rain if it's about. Should get out, contest the lead. He's very quick. And I just think a double figure price about him is now getting disrespectful because he's got some great 2-year-old form. And if he bounced back, I think Just Frank is interesting. And the other one I take a chance on is Run to Freedom. Now, everything's gone wrong to it. Run to Freedom is probably 14 or 16 to 1.
It's a big price.
Yeah. The thing with Run to Freedom that I like is if you go back to Kempton at Christmas time, in December, he beat Highland Avenue, and that's really strong form. Now he's thrown his chances away by being too keen. At Sandown, he was just touched off by Silent Film, but travelled like the winner back in June. And the last run at Sandown, where he's behind Farazi Lane, he kind of corkscrewed out of the stalls, freaked himself out, lost his race, and was too keen and got lit up. But he's miles better than that. And Candies are very good at these type of horses. Josephine Gordon, nice booking, low draw. Run for Freedom I thought was too big at 14. So I would play kind of Just Frank at 10 and Run for Freedom each way at 14 in a wide open opener.
Well, I know there's certain schools out there that are encouraging parents and teachers not to identify their children as he's or she's, but, just children. And I think all horses should be now just horses. There's no he's or she's. They identify as horses on this Zoom in future. Right, let's get stuck into the 155. Show Betty with us at Star Sports. We've got First Folio is the 9-2 favourite. Power Over Me 6-1. Royal Scimitar 9. Bickerstaff 11, and Boundless Power is a 12-1 chance, as is Music Society. I fancy Music Society, though was very unlucky at the weekend. Just topped it off, I thought could go in again here. But Bill, I'm going to come straight to you because you've got a bit of a line into Boundless Power, don't you?
Yeah, so Boundless Power and My Horse King of Stars both ran in the same maiden in Ireland back at the Curragh a few years back. And they were second and third, and they're both at Mick Appleby's yard. And Silv's got a really nice ride here, Boundless Power, particularly if the rain is around. I think he's well handicapped. Ran really well behind Significantly last time, and if Silv can make his mind up, he's got the horse's mind up. That is not Silv's mind. If he can make the Boundless Power's mind up, he's got a real chance at around 14-1. Particularly with rain about, he's a smart animal.
Silv, ground, draw, everything in his favour. Looking
Yes,
forward to the ride.
absolutely. Yes, and I hope I don't get in much trouble in that big field, But I can choose to go left or right, and right in the middle, and I just hope to be following something can take me into the 2-pole. And it's hard to do that, but we try our best, But nice ride, and like the way Bill said, he could be still ahead of the handicap. So, I hope for a bit of luck. But it's a horse that I think could be the dangerous one. Is the Power Over Me. I think could be the winner of the race. But I'm happy with the ride, and I'll give my best shot.
Bill, I see our old mate Kimmy 5 is running as a 20-1 chance. That horse will pop up at a big price.
Do you know what? I was just about to select him, actually.
Mate, it's going to happen soon. Surely it will.
The key to Kimmy 5 is
me not being on. That's the key to Kimmy 5, Bill.
You not being on, A. But the main thing with him is going to be the ground, and he won't want the rain. But if we don't get the rain, and we can get some good, decent ground on Saturday, Kimmy 5's a big chance. Because if you watch his last race in the International over 7, he was right up all the way on the left, out on the flank on his own, and he was in a line at the furlong pole and faded out of it. So he ran miles better than the 15th and 19th suggests at Ascot. Now, he has dropped down to a mark below last year's mark where he ran in the main race and was beaten in the shadows of the post.
Oh, don't.
So he's a pound lower mark this time. Reese Clutterback takes £5 off. So he's in essence, he's £6 well in the consolation race. The track he goes well in. He ran really good 5th at Newmarket in the Bunbury Cup. He's in good form. He just doesn't want soft ground. But if the ground's on the good side, I think 20-1 is an insult. And I was going to say my two, I would play Kimmy 5 each way at 20, and I play Boundless Power each way at 14, and cheer them both on.
Yeah, well, let's hope you're right. We're due, and he's got a big one in. And let's move on to the 2:30, the Summer Handicap Show betting. We bet Nuit St George is the 9-2 favourite with us at Star Sports. My Frankel 11-2. Winner Clock, brilliantly named, is 15-2. The exceptionally well backed this evening, A Day for the Christopher Yard, is an 8-1 chance. Prince Alex 17-2. The one I like, Future Investment, for your mate Ralph Beckett. Silv, you ride Boss Power for your connections here. Sir Michael Stout's Charge. Won last time on the old weather at Kempton. Stepped up to mile 6. Nice low weight. Every chance again. Nice ride.
Yes, I believe so. Obviously the draw doesn't help, but he's a horse. He travel in the first 5 always, and I hope from that draw I can get a bit luck to get in behind the leaders and ride the race from there. But obviously we're going a stiff track. He has failed in the stiff track in the past, but we give our best chance, and I think he could be competitive.
Bill, A Day. There's been plenty about for it this evening.
Yeah, A Day would be my main selection. The key to this horse is the step up and trip. The draw's not ideal, but he got stuck in the mud at Ascot. That ground would have been too soft for him. 2 starts back over 1.5 miles, but plugged on at the end, and then would have got caught out behind Johnny Drama over a trip too short, that 1 mile 2.5. He's well worth a try at 1 mile 6. The Christopher team are in really, really good form.
Good Nick, yeah.
Yeah, I thought A Day at kind of 8-9-1 each way was definitely worth a play. The other one, just to keep an eye out, there's a horse that's well on my radar. Is number 13, Bodyline, the Sir Mark Prescott horse, who could just be very well handicapped. This is one to watch in the market. We haven't seen him since September last year, but this is definitely a potential plot. He got his act together in his final start of last year in September, when he won with pieces for the first time at Yarmouth. He's back over that trip. No pieces this time, but don't be surprised if there's money for Bodyline and the double figure price might shorten up.
Yeah, it's a really intriguing race. I like Esdaile, and I think future investment at a double-figure price is well worth a look. But let's quickly move on, and we'll touch on the Lily Langtry. We won't spend too much time on it. I know it's the main event of the day, but wonderful tonight. She's just fantastic. The Harvick winner, 8-11, solid favourite this at Star Sports. Alba Flores, a 5-1 chance. Believe in Love, 9. Divinely, who, if you're talking about market movers and following the market, she must be fabulous at home on the Gallops, because there's money for her with us every single time she runs. I would imagine she'll go off shorter than 14-1. I think we all expect the favourite to win. Silv, I know you probably agree. Bill, can I push you for the each way play in the race, please?
Yeah, the each way play is probably the 3-year-old Divinely. I mean, I've been on her. I went for her in the Oaks. I went for her in the Irish Oaks. I went for her at Ascot, and I went for her in the last time. And
you were in good company, I can tell you that.
At the car in the Irish Oaks, where she plugged on second. She's well worth a try at this trip. It's worth a go. And is she the each way play? She probably is. The problem with this is Wonderful Tonight. She's in a different gear to these lot. Wonderful Tonight is using this as a stepping stone to the Arc. I don't think the other fillies, with any respect to them, are using it as a stepping stone for the Arc. So if the rain comes and Wonderful Night shows up, she'll be virtually impossible to beat. If the rain doesn't come, she might not show up, and then it's a different race altogether. But I think
you take the 8-11. You're not really an 8-11 player, Phil. Neither am I. But you're saying, in your opinion, that's as a big price at the moment.
Yeah, I think Wonderful Night just needs to be pointed in the right direction. If the ground is, if we get the rain that they're forecasting, I thought Believe in Love got the job done well for Roger Varian last time in Ireland. I think she's smart. Golden Pass, Sills mentioned, is an interesting filly too. But you know, if you force me to go one each way, I probably would play Divinely, because she's the only 3-year-old in the race, and she's getting over a stone from Wonderful Tonight, and she might just make it interesting if the ground's not terrible.
Right, let's move on to the Stewards Cup then. 6 furlongs, proper race steeped in history. This, I haven't mentioned the Star Sports offer, which I normally do, which is the pipped offer, which is money back if you're beating a neck or less, up to 25 quid. And this will kick in this race. I don't see anyone winning this by a distance. The show of betting where there's Fresh is the 5-1 favourite. Hurricane Ivor 7-1. Chief of Chiefs, another favourite of this Zoom room over the years, 10-1. Silv, you ride top weight Chil Chil, who's a 10-1 chance, along with Comanche Falls. Bielsa, another one for your boys, is a 12-1 chance. Meras, another fan's favourite and another member of this Zoom room over the years, is 12-1. Brilliant race. Summer Hand, another one we put up over the years. Some real crowd favourites here still. But you ride the top weight for Andrew Balding. She'd have every chance here.
Yeah, I'd say so. She's been running, tough company than this. Like, the problem is here, she carry top weight, but she got a class to do that. And now if the question mark will be the ground, if the ground for her needs to be drying out, she doesn't like soft ground, and I just hope the ground could be drying out for her, but she's here with a chance. She ran a massive race at Newmarket. She came from a long way back, and she finished 9, and she wasn't beat very far. So I thought it was a great run if I choose the ride,
And drawn 10, that gives you 2 options of going down the rail or going up the middle, does it? And how do you feel?
Yeah,
I think they're going panning out.
Yeah, I think they're going to split in 2 groups, and I think probably going to head to the far rail.
Okay, cool. Okay, Bill, you going to back one draw on either side, or what's your play here?
Yeah, well, I mean, this is a big ground race. This is if it's soft ground, which we get a deluge. There's 2 standouts. Fresh, the favourite. I see some firms are 8s. I mean, Fresh will start nearly 4-1 if the ground is soft. Brings the best form into the race. Ran really well in the Wokium. The other one on soft ground is Hurricane Ivor. They're the top 2 in the market, but Hurricane Ivor could be anything. The new kind of Haggis recruit from France, who's getting better and better with every start, just touched off last time. May even be suited by a step up in trip. They're the clear best. If you wake up on Friday morning,
Bill Esdaile putting up the favourite and a second favourite and a 25 100. I never thought I'd see the day. Silv, what are we paying him for?
What I'm saying is that if it's raining and there's rain about, if you
go up a fraction of the price,
you get 8-1 Fresh and 10-1 Hurricane Ivor, I think you're looking at 4-1 and 5-1 come the start of the race. So that for me is always the value call. If the ground stays dry, then there's Silv comes into it massively. But you know, I'm interested that Ryan Moore's booked for Meres. I think that's a very big eye-catching booking.
Money about for it this evening.
But if I was to go for one, if the ground was to dry out, there's one horse that I think is very well handicapped, is Great Ambassador. I see there's some 20-1 about that. William Buick rides it for Ed Walker. He would want the ground to dry out. So I would take Great Ambassador if it dries out, and I take the Jollies coupled if it's soft.
Okay, and just to conclude, the 410 Silv, you ride one that I don't know a lot about, and I don't know if you do. Diva's Boy for Mark Johnson. Not seen a race course. Anything you know, you can give us any pearls of wisdom?
Yes, and you know, I don't know anything about this horse, but it's just delight I got a ride for Mark, and you know, for him to bring the horse.
Have you upset him? You've not been riding all week.
I know, yeah, I was thinking like that. I say, I hope my bond is finished before Saturday. So obviously, he usually likes to, you know, he always bring the 2-year-old down, you know, for this kind of meet, and he's a good judge, and he knows probably this is the horse will be suit Goodwood, you know. So he has done well in the past in this race, and so I thought he just brought another one.
Anything from a breeding front here, Bill?
No, I thought it was very eye-catching that Ryan Moore was booked for Richard Hughes, who would obviously love to have a winner at Goodwood. Ring of Bearer, it was expensive, but to purchase for 200 grand. Obviously shown enough at home, but you know, I think for these 2-year-old races, it probably pays to be with something that's had a bit of a go, because you know it's the hurly burly of Goodwood. It's difficult. You need to be on a real good one to win first time up. I thought if you asked me blind in a race like this, I don't know how good the newcomers are, but I thought Tartan Chief, the Paul and Oliver Cole horse that Buick rides down the bottom's had a couple of goes. The form isn't terrific, but he'll have had match practice. And the other one was Kanjar, the Haggis horse. I thought that was a really good first start at Ascot over 7, and will know his job this time round. So I thought those were the two to concentrate on.
Well, I think the main conclusion from this evening is you want to go away and have 2 lucky 15s, one with all the horses mentioned that want good ground, and all the horses that want dry and like soft ground, and then sit and wait for the forecast, you know, because there's going to be certainly some betting angles if you take an opinion on the weather now. Gents, as always, thank you very much for your time. Everyone at home, thank you for tuning in and watching. If you're going to Goodwood, I was there on Wednesday and Thursday, you will love it. The race course is back. It was busy. The ring was thriving. The sun was out, and it was the first day I've been out since all of this. I thought, look, we're really moving forward now. It was brilliant to be on the race course. The betting ring was buzzing. Lots of action on the Star Sports pitch. So if you're there, go and see the boys, mention the Zoom room, demand some top prices, and give them a good kicking. Gents, thank you for your time.
Thank you. Cheers. Thank you.
Perfect.